Maybe someone can. Oh my god! Oh my god! I saw Neymar! Neymar! Neymar!
Yo, what's up, guys? Day 112, 112 of road to 345. Nice little day, nice little start to the week. Definitely went into this session with the ER or PR mentality. I wasn't going for any 1-rep maxes, but I was definitely wanting to leave it all out there, you know, wanting to really push, have an idea of what I want to lift, and then add another 10 to 15 pounds on top of that. And overall, it went pretty well. Shout out to Beefcake Sensei with and Austin Yoakum with ER or PR mentality. They always post about that, joking. Life's too short not to just push yourself that much, not to edge yourself, not to goon. Life's too short not to do that. So really push yourself to the edge, push yourself to get hurt, not get injured, but get hurt. Now, obviously not all the time, but I think there is some value in getting a couple boo-boos every now and then. So yeah, we started today with the squats. Now the squats were definitely a little challenging. They felt a lot harder than I thought they would. Maybe it was because of the warm-up, maybe it was because of sleep, maybe it was because of, I don't know what it could have been, but yeah, that shit felt really hard for whatever reason. But we grinded through it, we tried our best with it, and not too disappointed. We still made slight progress from last week's lift, so there's no real step backwards in that regard. But even then, as I always say, a step backwards can still be a step forward, so long as you have the right mentality and the right effort applied to whatever it is. But yeah, so the squats, finished that. Larson press was feeling really good. I don't know, I might need to go back to the drawing board with the bench press, because my Larson press is pretty solid and it's like similar numbers to my regular bench, and I feel like my regular bench should be considerably bigger, considering that I could actually use my legs. In my head, I always look at like the people who do the crazy arches for the benches, and I'm just like, nope, not even gonna look like I'm doing an arch. But I think I need to do a little bit better of using my whole body to actually drive that bar up and not have it pretty much just be a Larson press with my legs on the ground. But we'll get there, we'll figure it out, we'll find the feels and get into those proper positions to sling that weight around. But yeah, Larson press, done with that. And then deficit deadlift. Very big ER PR mentality day. If you see on the, usually for all of them, like the first 1-2 reps looks good. And then the back starts rounding a bit. And it's just like my back doesn't hurt doing it. It definitely feels like there's a lot of, my whole body's getting a lot of fatigue from this movement, and I'm putting a lot of effort into it and exerting myself. So yeah, that's just stuff to keep in mind. I think, you'll see on my 2-rep for 400, my 2-rep deficit, the first rep looks pretty solid. My back was nice and straight when I started the brace. And then the second one, when I started the brace, it started at the round, and then I just kept that rounded position going up, 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 up. I know rounding isn't terrible for the deadlift, especially when you're doing it deliberately. And I think I'm doing it in some sense where I'm not, like, as I'm going up, I'm not trying to round more. I'm kind of holding that rounded position that I start with at the initial pull, and I hold that all the way up until the top. But as I've said before in previous videos, I'd like to hold that flat back a little bit longer, if not for the whole lift. I understand that I'll have to round a little bit once we get into the higher numbers weight wise, but yeah, that's just a personal goal of mine to make it a little bit more aesthetic. I think too, I might be bending my knees a little bit too much in the starting position, and not hinging as much as I should. And it's turning more into almost like I'm squatting the deadlift instead of just really wedging myself into the bar and applying as much force into the ground as possible. But yeah, we're gonna get there. We're working on it. As I've said before, still fairly new to the deadlift, but that's not gonna give me any excuse not to be critical and actually apply myself to learning how to get good at the deadlift. And obviously it's one of the pillars for 3-4-5, so we're gonna have to get there no matter what. But yeah, I think that's enough of the yap for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my Neymar jersey. I enjoy it. It's one of my, I was happy to cop this over in Thailand. Shout out to KSI for that famous clip at the very beginning, packing Neymar. That thing is ingrained in my memory. Core memories, man. But oh yeah, a little quick recap. Weekend, unfortunately, in our tournament, we went 0 for 3, lost all 3 games. The boys gave it a good effort. We got robbed in one of the games with a BS penalty call in the last minute, and the other team went up 4-3. Another game, this team had pretty much Mbappe Jr., and he scored a hat trick. They won 4-0. And then the last game, we lost 3-2. Another good effort. But it's just how it goes sometimes, man. You win some, you lose some. I'm happy that the boys still gave it a pretty good effort out there. And it's funny, one of the kids, I won't say his name obviously, but after the game, he was like, oh, whenever, he was like, you know, when parents say good effort, that's just the nice way of saying that we suck. And I was just cracking up. I was just like, you're really funny, man. He says a lot of goofy stuff. He's a goofy kid. He's super Italian too, and he's like always saying like his favorite defenders. He's an Inter fan and everything. That's a good kid, man. I hope he does well in life. That's all I'll really say. But yeah, comment down below your favorite soccer team and your favorite FIFA player growing up. And shout out to, I'm sure he won't mind me saying his name in the video. Shout out to Kiko for commenting that he loves French toast in the last video. I hope you're doing well, Kiko. Much love, man. I miss our little hangouts playing pickup soccer at UCLA. Good times. Anyways, thank you guys again. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate the support as always. And always remember, stay freaky and have that ER or PR mentality in life, okay? Peace.